What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Saturday. I got a nice 5-game slate here tonight, and I got it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays. My money sticks, 2 pitchers, 4 batters to hopefully give you some great production. So before we get going, slap that like button if you're enjoying the content. Want to see these videos coming your way every single day. I appreciate that. Let's try to get over 80 likes in this one. Yesterday, up and down night. Syndergaard was absolutely terrible, leaving some meatballs over the plate for the Tigers. He couldn't ask for a better matchup. The strikeouts were there, but you're just giving up way too much power and hits to a terrible lineup. So that really sucked. And also Griffin Canning, he wasn't too bad. He just gave up a leadoff home run. And also another guy that did struggle with his command a little bit, so it made him only able to pitch 5 innings because his pitch kind of ran so high in the first 3 innings. And then he was starting to turn it on, but it was just too late at that point. His pitch count was too high. And he also was in place to get the win, so it wouldn't have been that bad of an outing. If he could have got the win on top of the 15 DraftKings points he got, he would have had, like 19 DK points. Would have been a decent kind of decent kind of outing for him. But of course the bullpen blew it, so that sucked with the 2 pitchers. And then the hitters, though, we had 2 really solid hitters. Trevor Story went deep twice. Carpenter hit a home run for us, so those 2 were good. Christian Walker, couldn't have asked for a more annoying night from him. The D-backs, every single person in the lineup were just absolutely killing it, hitting missile after missile, but then Christian Walker just steps up to the plate and strikes out like every single time except one where he walked. So that just pissed me off with him. So hopefully we can just have a more consistent night across the slate. Everyone just puts up DraftKings points and gets it done. It is tough with baseball, though. Even the guys in the best spots can absolutely kill you in perfect situations like Walker was in, with the whole lineup going off and everyone just struggling on the Giants pitching staff. But let's get into it, though. First guy, I'm going to go with Ryu at 11,200. This guy has just been so consistent. 10 starts so far, or 10 appearances. And he's had over 20 DraftKings points in every one against St. Louis. And I think this one where he didn't get it, he was pulled early, I think, because he had an injury or something like that. I think he got pulled out to be a little precautionary. He showed signs of him being hurt, and they pulled him out of the game. But here at 11,200, great matchup. Pittsburgh does struggle against lefties. Had a really good outing against them earlier this year, with 7 innings, 10 Ks, 31 DraftKings points. So I think he has that same kind of upside again here in this matchup. Can go very deep. He's been super effective, or with his pitches is really efficient. Just going deep in games with lesser pitches, like 7, 8, 9, and 8 innings the last 4 games, and only 2 of those he's went over 100 pitches. So really good stuff against Pittsburgh here. I think he can lock him down and have around 30 DK points. He has a 27% K rate this year, and he has a 3rd best xFIP out of any pitcher. xFIP is kind of a better way than ERA to get a sense of how they're pitching, because it kind of takes in account how the fielding can kind of hurt a pitcher and stuff like that. And then also, they only have 3.4 runs implied. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go with SKAGGS at 7,300. Similar spot Ryu's in, going against this Texas lineup that isn't nearly as scary against lefties, because some of that power is taken away that they have with their lefty batters like Chu, Mazzara, Odor, Gallo. So Skaggs can kind of has an easier outing to get the strikeouts and avoid the power. Another guy here, pretty inconsistent though this year, but he has shown some good stuff in some starts, especially against Texas, the same game. 22 DK points at home in Texas, and it's priced all the way down to 7,300. So it's a solid value for his upside in this spot, I would say. Texas is striking out 24.5% of the time against lefties. It's a park downgrade for them. Like I said, they're a lot worse against lefties. So I think Skaggs, nice little value play. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second pitcher. And that leaves us with a good amount of money left over. And we still have one of the most dominant pitchers so far this year, and a guy that has good upside at his price tag. So for my first hitter, I'm going to go back to the Weller Trevor Story, 34 DK points, back at home here against another terrible pitcher in Cashner, who's been getting killed by right-handed batters so far this year. Is allowing 2.6 home runs per 9 to them, and it's not going to help that he's going to Coors Field, the best home run park in baseball. And also, he has the ability to get a stolen base in this matchup as well. Cashner can be stolen on. He's done it before. So pretty plain and simple. I'm going to go ahead and lock in Story in the best spot for a lineup here. Then I'm going to pair him with David Dahl. Too cheap here at 4,400 for a guy of his ability in Coors Field. The last 2 years, he's been absolutely smashing at Coors. 8 DK points on average, 354 batting average. And I think he can go deep here in this matchup against Cashner. If not Cashner, then the bullpen. They have a really bad bullpen. They let up a ton of home runs. And last year against righties, he had a 281 ISO against them. And Vegas absolutely loves the Rockies for good reason. They're implied like 6.5 runs in this spot. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. Then we got to go with some value. Markakis, not a sexy pick, but I feel like he can do enough. Just have a nice little spot in the lineup at 3,800. Not a guy that's going to give you crazy upside, maybe around 10, 15 DK points here. But going against Dakota Hudson, it is a spot where you can go deep. Hudson's been killed against lefties, allowing a 439 WOBA to them and allowing 3 home runs per 9 as well to lefties. So Markakis, added power upset, I would say, in this spot. He's actually hitting for some more power this year and hitting for a little bit more hard contact, 45% hard contact, and a 189 ISO versus righty. So at 3,800, it is a spot where I think the Braves can put up a lot of runs against Hudson because he has been so prone to allowing power and prone to really struggling against some of these lefties where Markakis can get it done, hopefully give us some big production. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. It's my first cheap guy. Then we're going to go with KEON BROXTON, a guy at 3,500 in Coors Field. I know he's been absolutely terrible, but last night he did go deep. Got 19 DraftKings points, so hopefully that can kind of spark him a little bit going into this game. And he's going against a lefty in Kyle Freeland, who's having a really bad year. He's been allowing a ton of home runs. His xFIP is over 5, so the analytics aren't really liking his stuff so far this year. And best park you can ask for, Coors Field. And he has been a guy in the past where he's shown some good power. He doesn't hit for average very well, so it's kind of a perfect DraftKings play. I know he can give us a 0, but he also can give us like 20 plus DraftKings points because of his power and his ability to kind of just go deep against anyone. He has shown good power against lefties and righties, so I like him a lot. At his price tag, a nice flyer with that can give us a ton of value on his price tag. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got 3,600 remaining per player. You got Ryu, SKAGGS, Story, DAHL, Markakis, and KEON BROXTON. Hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more MLB DFS picks and any more just kind of DraftKings or just DFS advice in general. I upload videos here every single day for the most part, except Sundays, as the Slate started earlier. But hit the bell icon as well after you subscribe to get notified every time I upload so you don't miss out or forget on this video. But good luck here tonight. Hope you guys win some money, and we'll see you back here again next time.